up.
I don't know, Wayne. I don't know, lady.
Happy birthday, old son.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the good old Southern IA. We are doing things a little bit different here today. Today is actually my main man Wayne's birthday. And I kind of figured that maybe it's like a little bit of a birthday present and also get you guys to know the story of Wayne and I. Then I figured I'd tell the story about how we met and how we've gotten to where we are today. Actually, the first time I met Wayne, he was sitting on an orange mobile like this. Man, someone did a good job of building those ramps, or some buddies. But if you guys haven't yet, please hit that like button down below and leave us a comment. And since it's actually been 24 hours since my last video, I need to choose a comment to send some stickers to. So I actually have two favorite comments from the last video, and I'll do it again this video. I'll send people stickers who I think are my favorite comments. So my first one that I really liked, it came from David Hummel, I think is how you said his name. And he says, what kind of things do farmers talk about when milking cows? And he spaced it out far enough that you have to read more, and so it reveals the joke. Utter nonsense. Really like that one, David. I'll send you a sticker, so send me an email in the description below and we'll get you a sticker sent. And then the second comment actually goes to Austin Knowles. Like I said, send me an email and I'll get you guys a sticker sent out. He says, some states have fire trucks. Iowa says we just need sprayer takes, so I'm assuming he meant tanks. Some farmer know-how and we can put any fire out. When you see it going down the interstate because California has a wildfire, mind your business, just going to help. So thanks for the comments, guys, and I can't wait to read these. Wayne and I met when I was taking a member from the church around turtle trapping to all these ponds, which he was the turtle trapper, I just knew where the ponds were. And so we stopped to ask Wayne if we could turtle trap his two ponds. And Wayne was 79 years old at that point in time. He just turned 79 years old. And he came up on a mower, didn't have his shirt on, and we asked if we could turtle trap his place. And he's like, yeah, go turtle trap, and I think somebody's already done that. And then the next thing he goes, and this is why I remember he's 79 years old, as he looks at me and goes, you know how old I'm gonna be? I'm turning 80 years old next year. And at that point in time, I think I was still going to school. I know I was still going to college there at the University of Iowa. And then that summer after I graduated, I parked the camper right next to the grain bin that my dad's actually loading out of right now. And Wayne came scooting on over there. First thing he comes over, he's like, you gonna stay in this camper? Yeah, we got to chatting about that. And he has his goer and he zoomed on back over here. The next thing you know is I hear it coming up the road, and that's how I always knew he was coming to visit me, is because his goer comes zinging up the road to my residence there at the grain bin. And he comes back and he's got this blue like tote trailer thing that you're supposed to be able to take your septic out of the trailer without actually having to unhook and move your trailer and stuff like that. Little did he know that I was already thinking, and I ordered myself a porta pot, so I never actually had to move the trailer. It was still a very nice gesture though. And then later that year, Wayne came vrooming up the road there and asked if I wanted to hay with him, but I covered that whole story in this video up here. And over the 4 years, or 3 or 4, I don't know how many years we've been farming together, we've taken a picture every year to remember the crops and stuff. This was our first year together here. Best beans I've ever grown on a full field average at 74 bushels to the acre. Those were absolutely rocking beans. Couldn't ask for a better year to grow beans that year, and that was 2016, I think is what that was. Then the following year, 2017, we had some of the best looking corn. Do you remember that year, the drought year?
Yeah.
we had amazing looking corn coming in. Actually, I was at a tire shop and they were chatting about my corn. They didn't know that it was my corn sitting there, and the lady asked that knew that I farmed up here whose corn it was, and it was said it was ours. I mean, the best looking corn I've ever started out of the gate. And it didn't rain all of June and July basically, and the corn burned up. We ended up with 143 bushel corn, and yeah, just up the road it downpoured one storm, and my dad's did well over 200. It's like crazy how that can happen. It also hailed on that corn too. That just makes the grain. 2018 we ended up with another drought here, but we still had pretty good beans, 60 bushel beans on average, but another year of drought. In the span of these 4 pictures, we've had one of the best growing years we've ever had, one of the worst growing years we've ever had, or as in dryness, and then this year right here, which was last year, 2019, was one of the wettest years we've ever had, and it just downpoured. Still ended up with 181 bushel corn. That was planted 5/6. So planted a little bit late, and downpoured on it. 181 bushel corn dry. I don't do the wet weights, it's dry corn. So 15% corn. So that's something that we do to remember the crops that we grow here. We've also done things like rip out big, absolutely massive stumps that Wayne thinks he can carry around on the front end of a tractor. I remember this. That was from one day that we were, I was digging in some pipe to fix a crossing, and I had found, do you remember this? I found a stump. I found that stump and I put the excavator on its side basically. It slid me into the trench, and we had to get my dad over here to pull me up out of the trench, and my dad worked that big stump out of the ditch with the Komatsu, and he's like, oh, I'll push it across the field. No, Wayne didn't think so. He came zipping up here, grabbed the Kubota and the grapple bucket, and clamped onto that big old stump. And it's like, that tractor, she was very light on the back end. So that's some of the mischief that we get into. He was also the first person that I told that I got Bandit, and he goes, what'd you get a dog for? And now the two are about inseparable. And to use that saying, they sure don't make them like they used to. I can guarantee they don't make old boys like Wayne no more. What if I was just opening up the gate and not coming all the way up here? You would have looked like a fool. Why would I come up here and get you? Mr. Trops up the hill. Wayne said you'd also get in the mud, so stay out of the mud. That sounds like a foreign concept to you though, doesn't it? Let's go. I might take that 8110 over and see if it needs to be serviced. Yeah, it's gonna need serviced. It needs serviced. Let's see if she'll start. Old Wayne was born in 1934, and he can tell me stories about farming from way back when, and he'll say, oh, back in my time, we had a, we planted by wire and things like that, and makes you kind of wish that he had a YouTube channel from back in his time so you could see how that stuff's done. Maybe when my kids or grandkids can go back, well, you can watch some of my YouTube videos. Back in my day, we had to actually sit in the tractor while the computer steered it. So, where the heck's this dog at? Oh, that's Ghost Pup. Everybody needs a blue heeler. Thank you. And then after graduating college, he served in the Air Force. And then after he got out of the Air Force, he got a job at the railroad. How long did you work at the railroad?
33 years.
2 months.
2 months.
10 days. He doesn't know how many hours, otherwise he'd tell me. I need a ride. I'm gonna bring a tractor over here, but I gotta move a truck real quick. So I need to just scoot up over there to the other building. When he was also working at the railroad, he farmed full time or farmed part time or whenever he had the time, or he just didn't sleep. So how many acres did you farm?
320 acres.
320 acres and worked at a railroad full-time plus. And then after he retired, he moved down here and built this beautiful place that he's cleaned up and done a fantastic job with. You'd have a hard time convincing me that's not some of the best looking tractors some John Deere ever made. Pretty. It's a pretty tractor. But at 86, he's still riding lawnmowers about 6 acres of grass and keeps it as nice as a golf course. So, and it won't be too long until the grass is green enough to start mowing, huh? Yeah. How long do you think until it'll be time to mow?
About 2 weeks.
I bet so too. Hopefully they get that orange mower fixed before then.
I hope so.
Yeah. So.
What did they say?
They think it's a sensor.
Huh?
They think it's a sensor. Yeah, it's cutting off the fuel pump. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, yeah, no doubt. So, anyways, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us here today. I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit about how Wayne and I know each other. We've still got a lot of more mischief to get into and memories to make. So, happy birthday to Wayne. And let him know that in the comment section below. And like always, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Out of there, it's a long ways up there. How do you eat these? Do you peel them?
No,
I just washed them.
Cut them.
You cut them?
Yeah.
Wayne says we can eat these toad radishes.
I don't know.
I've been told you can eat them. I just haven't given myself a. I'll try them. Yeah. I'll cut off the outside, even though I washed them. I don't know. Huh? I don't know about that. Does that taste right? Does that taste right?
Huh?
Does that taste right? Does that taste right?
They aren't hot.
Are they supposed to be hot? Oh yeah?
Yeah. You'll like it.
That's hot!
You got a hot one? Why not?
They're hot! Why? I didn't know they could be hot. Oh my god!
Just a minute.
That's like screaming hot!
You got to cut a little?
I don't know, Wayne. I don't know what he...
Give me a sliver. See if it's hot. It isn't bad. Just like this one.
That ain't right. That is weird.
You don't know what's good.
Well, I know it's not. If this is good, then I do not know what's good.